Watch your tone. You saw what happened to the Krogan.
But we need this equipment.
Well, you're not getting it. Your incompetence isn't my problem. Just do your job.
What do you want?
Whatever's going on, it's not fair to take it out on me.
Apologies, you're right. This is not your fault.
I haven't heard much good about that guy.
Whatever you've heard, it's not half as bad as the reality. Just last week, he tried to redirect some of the supplies we need to keep the stasis pods going.
Why?
I have no idea. But if Kesh hadn't stepped in and threatened to airlock him, it would have been a disaster. He's always like that. Making bad decisions, driving the Krogan away, treating people like scum when no one's watching.
You'd think your boss would have the power to do something.
She hates Spender, but there's only one of her, and she can't always be around to deal with him. Things have gotten so bad that Kesh had to literally kick him out of engineering.
How literal we talking here?
Boot to ass. Oh, it was glorious. We need him gone, but as incompetent as Spender is at his job, he's insanely good at keeping it. Kesh can tell you more.
I tried. It's like they spawn when I'm not looking. And we're happy to help your guards secure their weapons.
I prefer them armed for now. You understand, of course.
Oh, Pathfinder, this is the head of the Angarian delegation.
The one who saved the Moshai. She speaks highly of you. Call me Issa de Navarre.
Welcome, Ambassador. The Angara's first formal visit will be one for the history books.
I wonder what they'll say.
I was just explaining to the Ambassador that armed guards aren't necessary here.
Is something wrong, Ambassador?
Please walk with me, Pathfinder. So much life. All different, all united. The way it could have been. 75 years ago, we were scattered, struggling to rebuild after the Scourge. Then, the Ket arrived. Alien life. It was monumental. But then they deceived and enslaved us. So, I hope you understand my precautions.
Your people have endured much, Ambassador. I'd be cautious too.
Especially when your initiative's first colony is a military outpost. I want to believe in this alliance, Pathfinder. The Moshai says you're trustworthy. Please, help me trust in you.
Everything you see, we're willing to share. Knowledge, technology, support.
What's the price?
Whatever you're willing to give.
They will guard my ship. If you are not conquerors, I trust my person to your honor.
Thank you. We won't disappoint you, Ambassador.
Pavoa set Jav Teravon, Pathfinder. Welcome to Andromeda.
Tell our leaders, wake the sleepers! Free our families!
Unlocking. Come on in. Ta-da! My project. She is complete.
She?
Looks like a she to me. Just a proof of concept. I stripped out its remnant command prompts to see if I could power it up myself. It worked! Now I can build a field model with combat protocols that fights for you. So, what do you think?
You've outdone yourself, PB. Let Suvi and Gil eyeball it, then fast-track the combat model for me.
I'd hoped you'd be happy. Oh no, I forgot to lock the... Shit.
My, Pellisaria. Didn't know you were still using this hole. Who's your friend?
Kalinda, this is Ryder.
Oh, everyone knows the human Pathfinder. I meant, who's your remnant friend?
None of your business, Kalinda.
Of course it isn't. That's what makes it so interesting. Don't be so hostile, babe.
Don't be so condescending, babe. This is PB's place, and you're trespassing. I'd say that warrants a little hostility.
Now. I was just concerned something might have happened to my dear old friend. I'm sorry for the intrusion, Pellisaria. I'm just relieved to see you moving on. Ta-ta.
I'll walk you out. So, want to talk about it?
Oh, Kalinda and I go way back. We joined the initiative together. For a long time, we were like family. Now we're not. When you live 1,000 years, Ryder, people come and people go. Entanglements are silly. Just like places. Time to pack this one up. I'm done with it.
Hey, I hope you know you can talk to me. Anytime.
Aren't you a cutie? Thanks, Ryder. That's nice. I mean it. But really, the past is the past. I'm fine. I'll pack up my new pet and essentials. See you back on the Tempest.
Clan before cronies.
Free our
Hey,
families!
what's going on?
That's your new galaxy. Making speeches about some fresh start while your kids stay frozen.
And it's all thanks to your Pathfinder.
Excuse me?
We've waited months for our families to come out of stasis. They should have gone to your outpost. But because you wanted military personnel, people tagged as scientific support have to wait. Again.
All the reassignments mean they're in 10 different colony blocks now.
And my mother just got caught in the middle.
We only had resources for one outpost, so I focused on the skills we needed most.
Well, your pick has my grandchildren trapped in that pod.
Maybe you could still make this right. I just want Mom out of stasis. That's all anyone here wants.
You do stasis revivals. You can tell our leaders you're opening those pods. Today.
I authorize whole colony blocks or a few emergency revivals. I can't wake dozens of random people.
We don't care whose finger pushes the button. If you can't, our leaders can. And if you tell them, they will.
This is a big issue. Bigger than just my say-so.
Bullshit. You're the hero right now. They'll do anything you say.
We tried petitioning Addison. She ignored us. Screw her.
Start with Kandros. He sent those 10 soldiers over there. Maybe he'll take us seriously. Our Nexus, our lives.
Seems quiet for now. But
I'm sorry, ma'am. We're just trying to boost our morale.
Weekly injury report. One bar brawl, participants arrested.
So authorize a sweep. Not everything has to come through me. Ryder, we exiled the prisoner Nilkin. Tough decision based on what you uncovered on Eos. His wife, Mariette, insisted on going with him.
It's hard to let go of someone you love.
So it seems. It'll be a tough life out there for her. For them.
I need to talk to you about stasis revival and those protesters in hydroponics.
I see. Maybe I should get the others for this.
Protesters have seized hydroponics?
They want their families out of stasis. The outpost on Eos disrupted the schedule. They're scattered across colony blocks. Dozens of people. The protesters want this fixed today.
The realities of our position are...
We can't wake those families. We don't have the resources, and there's nowhere to put them.
Then what's the point of all those outposts I've founded?
People need more than space, Ryder. They need work they're trained for, and we don't have placements for those families. If I just toss them to any outpost with a spare bunk, they become a burden we can't afford.
What do you suggest?
Leave the families in stasis where it's safe and get those protesters out of hydroponics. They seem sympathetic, but so did the exiles. We can't risk another revolt. Survival is more important than family reunions.
What would you do with the protesters?
I'd send in a squad and march them out. At gunpoint if we must. If they resist, a few might land in medbay, but it's better than losing hydroponics. Or the Nexus.
Do you think these protests could turn violent?
We're all pioneers. Even civilians are tough enough to start something.
And interfering in hydroponics threatens our oxygen supply. They know that.
We have to look at the bigger picture. Get them out of there.
Kandros?
I'll send in a team, but it might go smoother if Ryder's there.
A good idea. Sometimes we have to give bad news. That's a Pathfinder's duty, too.
Apex team leaders reporting back.
I'm worried about this place. If they can't find you,
Then we defend the station. It's all we can do here. You just keep the Pathfinder safe and the Ket busy. And be careful out there. I only have one of you.
Pathfinder, I believe you found the culprit responsible for the power shortages.
Call the exterminator.
Attention, civil disobedience has been reported in hydroponics. Security is investigating.
Ryder, can you believe this place?
One space station slightly dented?
You should have seen it a year ago. It was more than just dented. Anyway, thanks for bringing me on. Tan can't kick me off the station now, and it's been nice seeing my granddaughter again.
You really did miss her while you were gone, huh?
I really did. Cash can handle herself just fine, but it's still good to be nearby, just in case.
The extra resources from the colonies are really easy. Dell told me you saw her arguing with Spender. Pyjack's doing his best to throttle my department.
How's he getting away with that?
Spender doesn't know the first thing about engineering, but he knows how to play people. More importantly, he still talks to the exiles. I'm sure of it. I just can't prove it without your help.
Without proof, this will be hard to deal with.
Tell me about it. My grandfather tried to tell Tan. He wouldn't believe him without proof.
If he's really this bad, how does he keep his job?
Welcome to the Nexus. Look, I can work with everyday incompetence. But Spender's a traitor and a danger to the station. He needs to be dealt with.
This needs to be investigated.
I'm glad someone thinks so. Talk to Kandros. He likely has security footage, some kind of evidence. But you'll have to convince him to authorize release.
Nothing more for now.
Try not to die out there.
Attention all personnel. The Angarian diplomatic team has arrived on the Nexus.
No, it isn't what we wanted. What choice do we have? How the hell... What should I know? Spender, you have a job. If you want to keep it, do it. God damn it.
The Cultural Center requests special dietary instructions for Angarian visitors.
Pathfinder?
Firearm proficiency is up.
Thanks for understanding. About the outpost and the protesters.
You don't strike me as the political type.
I'm not. Just pro keeping everyone alive. Maybe those protesters will eventually understand too. It's done. I don't want to think about it. Need something else?
I was told I should talk to you about the mutiny.
I wasn't on the Nexus when it happened. I started reading up on it, but you know how things get around here.
Do you know where Spender was during that time?
Why Spender? Wait, you think he might have had something to do with the mutiny?
Maybe. Just trying to sort things out.
You know, the logs I did look through showed a few discrepancies. I meant to dig deeper. If you're investigating, how about I give you access to the security vid archives?
Thank you.
Anything else?
Bye, Kandros. Duty calls.
You and me both, Pathfinder.
Huh. This file won't play. Sam, can you boost the quality?
Processing. Playback initiated.
Wait. Is he handing something over to one of the mutineers?
Take this. It'll help the armory. Don't...
I am sorry, Pathfinder. This backup file is corrupted. The audio tracks are heavily degraded. Someone may have deleted the original, and this version was restored during a system-wide reset.
Sounds like a cover-up to me.
I concur. While I cannot restore any more audio, the location appears to be Kadara.
How do you figure?
In common parlance, lip reading.
Good job. We're bound to find something there. Let's go confront Spender.
Hi. The documentary's going great. Your comments really got people talking. By the way, Tan called us in for a talk about staying on message.
Is everything okay?
Oh, fine. And much less interesting than what you've been up to. Building a military outpost so early has been pretty controversial. Kandros approves, but others say it paints the Initiative as a conqueror.
Every step we've taken in Andromeda has been dangerous. The Initiative needs to defend itself.
Very candid. But maybe people need to hear it. Facing those risks must be stressful. How do you relax between missions?
What about you? I can't imagine you putting your camera down for anything.
I'm not the one history cares about.
I need a minute to think about my answer. And I'd like to know.
Back home, I'd go sailing. I love the water. Nowadays, I play ocean sounds, close my eyes, and remember. Okay, your turn.
There's a lot of drinking, followed by slightly more drinking.
This is history too, these little moments between. Shots of this remnant tech, some narration, that completes an episode. Thanks for stopping.
Apex personnel, please check your duty roster for important updates. Construction and repair continue.
Pathfinder, maybe you can clear this up.
How can I help?
My friend Jory was on Eos the first go-round, barely survived. Now they want him to go back.
They're saying the conditions are improved, that it's safe now, is it?
You can believe the reports. Eos is becoming a livable and sustainable space. Going back to reclaim it will help heal your scars.
See, Jory? It's going to be okay.
Thank you, Pathfinder. I'll do that.
A reminder to all personnel, overtime hours remain in effect.
The Ryder, is it? William Spender. Apologies if we met before. I meet a lot of people running colonial affairs.
Running Colonial Affairs? I thought you were the assistant director.
That's right. Assistant to Addison. So we know who does all the real work.
From what I've heard, your hands are pretty dirty. I saw the footage. You were handing something off.
What footage? From Gavorkum? Routine business meeting. Whoever you're talking to clearly has an axe to grind. And frankly, a Pathfinder shouldn't be wasting time on a witch hunt. You'd be wise to let this be.
Colonial Affairs, please advise Director Tan of your status. Attention, civil disobedience has been reported in Hydro. Security is investigating.
An expedition to Eos in the Pythia system has discovered a mysterious facility that authorities are calling a vault. Though not much yet is known about the